How much would $100,000 change your life? Find all the secret numbers hidden in the video and post it in the comment with your username to get a chance to win a $50 gift card each month. Immediately? Not much at all. I'd pay off all my debt. Take a chunk out of the house I am about to sign on. The monthly savings, however, would really allow me to change my life though. A ton. Could pay off all debt and put a very nice down payment on a house. Would make the mortgage manageable. Insanely. I'm 19 and I'd be able to pay for university. Pay for my car and help my parents who are on the streets get back in their feet and get my siblings out of foster care. Just more money for retirement. That's all. Business as usual. I'd be able to afford my own apartment instead of living with 3 PPL. I'd be able to focus more on building my life instead of just trying to survive every day. I'd be able to donate to charities and less fortunate PPL in my area. Overall, it would make my life less stressful and make me feel like less of a failure. So freaking much. I would be able to move with my partner to a new province instead of having to stay behind and continue living with my parents so I can save to move. It's like a really good down payment or like 3.5-year salary. 5 to 6 years of rent while I get my PhD sounds pretty fantastic. Probably wouldn't change much. I'd probably use it to reno my kitchen and replace my windows. It would increase my retirement savings, but wouldn't change my day-to-day life. 30 years from now,
that $100,000 could grow to a cool $1 mil.
Though. Well, I could divorce, put aside money for retirement, have enough to get a nice apartment or a house I could afford on my own for me and the kids. So while not millions, the money would have significant impact on my mental health. I doubt I would want to kill myself weekly like I usually do.
In almost every aspect,
I wouldn't move, but everything would change. Not feeling like I've fucked up every last shred of everything would be a start. Massively. I could pay off all of my debt and most of my mortgage. My wife could choose to stop working if she wanted to, and I could get a much less physically demanding job.
That amount of money would be huge for us.
I'd get more than 4.5 hours of sleep every day for working 2 jobs to pay for my grandma's bills, but more importantly, my grandma will have all of her medical bills paid and whatever is still coming can be covered. In general, it would be more than life-changing. I won't go too into detail, but yeah. I am scared I might get a heart attack if I would get that amount of money, as it would change more than my own life. That's more money than I have spent the last 10 years. So, life-altering to say the least. It'd let me live my modest dream of having a decent home and a dog, without worrying if I could afford it. Not a huge house even. Maybe just a townhome. I'm very frugal, so it'd last me 2 years and allow me to continue staying at home with my young kids instead of working. Especially since I'm in a custody battle with my ex and they need help with the trauma. Maybe use what's left for therapy and learning play therapy to help my kids. Not sure. Buying property and building a small house somewhere remote is what I dream of. But that's still expensive. And a lot. I'd be able to quit my job, move across the country and start my own business. Man, I could focus on my health instead of worrying about my job, and such less stress would probably have health benefits as well.
Totally life-changing.
I'd be debt-free and have about $95,000 left over. So it would be significant. Buy my house. Boom, no rent, then I'm rolling in that cash. I would be able to buy a house. I am 24 and I've already saved quite a bit. But can't get a proper mortgage on one salary. Would pay for literally 1/5 of my daughter's schooling. Would quit my job and just fucking rock climb and fish every day. 1. 10K in Bitcoin. 2. 10K in equity fund. 3. 70K on a one-bed apartment. 4. 10K on renovating apartment. 5. Wait 5 to 10 years. 6. Profit. A shitload. I could give my kids a better life, for sure. Considering that $1 is about $3.20 here where I live, that would be great and it would make my family's life easier. It would give me more comfort. I could pay down my debt, create the comic book I've always wanted to publish, and invest in my family's future. I'd be debt-free and I'd be able to get my teeth fully fixed. Small farm down payment. New small truck and debt-free. And I'll have plenty left over for emergencies. It would pay off a small mortgage. 2 cars. A loan for my wedding. All credit cards, including my mortgage, were in about £50,000 worth of debt. I could then take my 2 daughters on a holiday for the first time because we've had some awful luck. The rest would go into getting a bigger home as we have outgrown this one. Allow me to go to school worry-free for an entire degree. Pretty substantially changing, I'd say. It would not change mine much, but I would change quite a few others. I'd be able to pay all my debts and have money left over for a deposit on a small house. Would actually own a home. No other way it happens. Ask me when I sell my house for twice what I paid in a couple months. All debt gone and a nice down payment on a good house. I'd be living the dream. I'll buy a house. Enough of paying damn rent. So I'll pay most of it. Like $80K. For the house. And keep paying the rest monthly as if I'm paying rent. Until the house is mine. And the rest $20K to improve my current lifestyle. Or I'll invest it.
And I keep thinking seriously about it, although I'm not getting a cent of the $100K that I've
already decided how to spend. Quote. I would put it into a SP 500 fund for the next 10 years, hoping to double it. I'd continue my current savings path as well. I'm starting over after divorce, so it would help. In 10 years I'd then buy my home cash and join the union and skate through the rest of my life. I had the opportunity to find out recently. Honestly, not much changed except maybe I feel a tiny bit more security. Not that much. I'd be able to pay off my student loans, which would increases disposable income. But not by so much to make a huge difference. I could get a new car. But the rest I'd want to save. I'm in college, what do I need besides money to make it through and get a career? Once I'm out though? King SZIE racecar bed. Sadly, not much in my life. But I'd probably donate a significant chunk of it to charity, so it'd probably change a pretty huge amount of lives.
IDK, though estimating charity is hard.
Tons. It could help get us into a home.
Set up a good chunk for my kids' college.
And give me the means to start the food truck I've wanted since I was in grade school. It's one of those things that would be an absolute game changer for just about anybody. 'Tis a beautiful thought.
I'll invest it in crypto, and if luck be with me, after years I can buy a house with it and don't
live in pension.
For financial reasons.
It'd have to be all in cash and spent slowly, so as to avoid fucking up our plans. So I guess I would buy a new video game and go out for one nice dinner for $2 per month for the next 50-ish years. Based on current prices. Is it ever enough? Even billionaires don't stop at billions, it's human nature. It's never enough. A lot.
I could pay off my house.
Save like crazy for a new down payment on the next one. Then sell the one I'm in now in a few years. Put that money in an investment portfolio. And retire with over $1 million. In addition to the value of everything else that I had over the course of the next 35 years or so. Not at all. 10 million would change my life.
I could buy a house on the beach in Hawaii.
But $100,000 would just go in the bank. I get into arguments with my family over this. They say I should be investing in stocks. I say that whatever I could realistically make on stocks would not change my life. But losing my savings would be a disaster. So I'll just stick to FDIC insured CDs.